Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for being here today. In today's video, I want to talk about mindset. Mindset is talked about a lot, and there is good reason for it. Having a proper mindset to make any kind of changes in your life is crucially important. I'm not a terribly dramatic person. I'm a passionate person, but I'm not terribly dramatic, but I cannot emphasize this enough. It is not minor. It is not a nice to do, or maybe I should get around to looking at my mindset. It is the cornerstone, the foundation of any significant change. If you think about it, if you are right now in a career that you are not happy in, whether that's you're just mildly dissatisfied and getting tired of being dissatisfied to the point where you actually hate what you're doing and you are completely miserable, somewhere in there is a limiting belief, or likely multiple ones, that are holding you back. Because if there wasn't, you wouldn't still be there. That's the truth of it, right? And I say that just to bring awareness. It's like, okay, so we all have limiting beliefs. This is not a unique human experience. Every single one of us walking this earth has limiting beliefs. And the thing is, they're kind of sneaky. Because what happens is we have an experience in our life, or we hear something, and then we start to look for evidence to prove that it's true. There's all kinds of brain science into this, but our brains are so smart. We actually look for evidence of it. And actually, we as humans like to be right, so we'll actually find evidence of it. But that doesn't actually mean it's the truth. It's just a belief that perhaps you've created in your mind. The good thing about this is we can change them, right? A big part of creating any kind of success in life is the willingness to create new beliefs, the willingness to have new perspectives, the willingness to say, I don't actually know, but I'm willing to learn. I don't think what's working for me, I need to expand. This is so powerful. This is the foundation of making any kind of change. So let's dive in. What are the 5 most common beliefs that I hear, mindset shifts, mindset blockages that I hear? The first one is, I can't really make money doing what I love or what I enjoy doing, right? And it is such a common belief. And I don't actually know where it came from, because there is so much evidence to the contrary. But somehow we believe that it's only for a select few. And here's the thing. Each and every one of you that is watching this video right now has this unique set of gifts, talents, passions, things you can really offer the world. Reason why you're here. Those are not random. It's because you're supposed to be doing them. It's not random that you like doing them. We tend to put energy and time into things that we actually enjoy. And think about that. If you're willing to put in time and energy to what you enjoy, isn't that what is needed to create a career that you love? Actually putting time and energy. This is not random. It's lined up that way. It's supposed to be that way. I love learning about how people tick. I love learning about how people can shift, how we can change. I love teaching it, all of it. I absolutely love it. I love knowledge. I love expansion. This is not random. This is what I show up doing and what I do when I work with clients. Working through mindset shifts is one of the big pieces that I work with when clients come and work in my Pathway to Purpose program, and we work through these things. I actually love doing it, right? It's not random. There is lots of evidence out there of people who are getting paid doing what they love. I'm one of them right here in front of you. But it doesn't actually take very long to see there are many, many others out there. Just take a look around you. Look at all the audio biography books. People are doing it everywhere. And having a shift that you actually can is significant. Now, the second one I want to talk about is this belief, like, who am I to do this? Like an imposter syndrome, really. It's really, really super, super common. I'm actually thinking of doing a video on this all in itself because it is so common. Who am I? You know, and from this comes a concern, you know, a worry about being judged, being criticized, people kind of calling you out. Again, this is something that is so common. About 10, 15 years ago, maybe even closer to 15, 20 years ago, I was in this phase where I was reading at a crazy level, listening to audiobooks. I was just wanting to learn everything I could about how to change, how to create success. And I don't think there's one person, and these are names you will know, okay? These are names you will know in this world, who hasn't dealt with this, who hasn't gone, who am I to share my thoughts? Who am I to create change? Who am I to do all of this? Well, who are you? Who are all of us? Aren't we just all kind of fumbling along? You know, the great thing about life is we can actually, and it's actually, I'm going to change those words. It's not we can actually, is we actually are both teachers and students at the same time. You don't all of a sudden have it figured out where we can all of a sudden show up in the world and start creating change. No, we start from where we are in this moment. Most leaders, and you know, leadership, people don't go into leadership kind of planning to be a leader. It's not usually how it goes. It you start taking action and you become it. You inspire. That's how leadership really happens. But to understand that this is completely normal, and how you actually get through that is by taking action. It's just going, okay, I might be judged. Well, guess what? You're going to be judged regardless of what you do in life. I mean, don't you find that? I know I have. It doesn't matter what I do. Somebody's not going to be happy. It's just the way it goes. And actually, a real powerful perspective shift is if you're doing amazing things, that's when actually more people come up. You know, what does it say? First they criticize you, then they, I forget what that saying is. Maybe if you remember it, put it in the comments. But you know, something about first people will criticize you and then eventually they start to admire you and look up to you. It's a process. When you first start putting yourself out there, it is kind of what happens is you're going to start, people are going to come out of the woodwork a little bit. But if you know that, you can just go, oh, okay, I must be doing something right. It's not a sign you're doing something wrong. It's actually a sign you are doing something right. This is something I had to learn. I remember the first few times people criticized me or, you know, had a negative feedback to me or, you know, challenged what I was saying. It was like, oh, it could hurt, right? And I had a business coach at the time, and it was so funny, his reaction to me, I'll never forget it. He's like, awesome, you're doing something right. You're standing up for something. This is amazing. And I was like, oh, this is actually good. Wow, okay. I'm standing up for something. Being liked by everybody? What is that really saying? It's actually impossible because all you're doing is becoming a pretzel, right? You're just bending to whomever is, you know, in front of you. Once you accept, it's just going to happen, but you have value. You have value. There's a reason why you have a voice. There's a reason why you want to do something different. There's a reason why you want deeper meaning. There's a reason why you want more fulfillment. There's a reason why you want to have positive impact. It's because you actually have it in you to do it. Again, it's not random. Accept that feeling like an imposter sometimes is just kind of the way it goes. And it doesn't end. And so it's not like you all of a sudden transition into a new career and, oh, I've licked that imposter syndrome. Every time you level up in life, don't you notice? You have that same feeling of, who am I? Who am I to be doing this? And then you step into it and you're like, okay, starts to feel a little more comfortable. So that's the second one. The third one is, well, I've tried making a change before. I've, started a business before. It didn't work. I've, tried to make shifts. I took a different job somewhere and it didn't work very well. And this brings in the whole idea of, what is failure? And I'm going to put it in quotes because truly, failure only happens if we choose to believe that we have failed. It's as simple as that. Failure is simply feedback. We can choose to see something that has gone wrong as we're not good enough, it's never going to work, I'm a failure, or we can choose to go, that method didn't work, that method didn't work for me, I'm out of alignment somehow, but I still have value and I can still keep moving forward. Just because you failed in the past does not mean you're going to fail in the future. Unless you give it the power to mean that. It's only true if you make it so. That's with any belief. Think of how your life has changed over the years. Are you the same person you were 20 or 30 years ago? Probably not. Most of us aren't. You have new skills, you have new awarenesses, you have new knowledge, new levels of consciousness, new levels of perspectives. That changes how you are going to show up. And sometimes it's just a little tweak. I'm going to share a quick little story with you. When I first started my business, I thought first thing you did was get a website. And I found out later, it's not. It's really not. And, if I had gone, well, I put up a website and I didn't get clients, oh, well, I failed and just gave up, where would I be today? I would not be where I am, certainly, and progress to the level that I have. But I was open to going, okay, that's not working. So what have I done wrong? And it's actually learning that, oh gosh, website comes later down the road. I don't need a website to create a business. I need to get out there and talk to people and find out what they need, find out what they want, find out what they're struggling with, what value I can create. That's what I needed to do. And once I knew that, there's a big shift, right? But if I had judged and decided because I set up a website and I didn't get traffic there right away, I wouldn't have moved forward, right? So the fourth one is this concern and this belief that it's going to take too long. So a couple things I want to say about that. First of all, life is going to pass anyways. I would rather be working on my dreams, my goals, my visions, what I want for myself, rather than staying stuck in somewhere that I'm not happy. Full stop. For me, that's it. If it takes me 5 years, if it takes me 10 years, obviously I want strategies to get there quicker, no question about it. But where is there anyways? Really? Once you start moving towards what it is you want, time is important, but not as important. Time is more important when you're really unhappy. But when you're actually moving towards what it is you want, you get positive feedback. You get feelings of joy. You get the feelings of fulfillment consistently. And you realize it's not so much about the goal, although the goal is always there, don't get me wrong. It is the journey. When you're in something you don't like, the journey's not fun. So when people say that, it can, sometimes it can really trigger people. Oh, life is in the journey. You think, oh, that's great. That's lovely. I want the goal. And that's because you're not doing what's aligned with you. If you don't enjoy the journey, and it's not every single moment of every day. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying generally, if you're not enjoying the journey, you need to change the course because you're maybe not on the right road. That's what it's a sign of. Because if you are on the right road, if you are in alignment, you will enjoy the journey. Overall, like I said, there's going to be challenging moments. That's a part of life. That's a given. But there'll be more moments of joy and fulfillment and happiness than there are those moments of struggle. So just consider that. You're going to be passing the time anyways. Why not enjoy the journey more? And the fifth one, this is a bit of a twist on one. And the belief that what I'm doing is fine. It's going to be fine. It'll all work out. And I hear sometimes people say that when they're in resistance to making a change. So what it's really saying is, I don't like my job, I don't like my career, I'm not happy where I am, but it will somehow work out without actually having a plan. So really it's a form of denial, right? And some of the questions I ask people when I first start talking to them is like, what effect is your career having on your life? Like, how is it affecting you? And there are varying degrees to how much a negative career experience is having on people, from, yeah, I'm starting to withdraw, to I'm having real big health problems because of it. And to just kind of go, it'll work out, it'll be fine, I'll worry about it in a year. There is a bit of denial there. And I say that with compassion and empathy. I don't say that as a judgment at all, but just as an awareness. Things don't change because we hope they will. Things don't just magically change for the better. We actually have to take steps. It's up to each and every one of us, and we have that power, right? You are empowered to make change. You wouldn't be on this earth otherwise. Humans are powerful creator beings. But if you believe it'll all just kind of work out somehow, it's really stopping you from creating what it is you really want. And there's that word again, it's really about creating rather than just allowing life to happen to you. It's actually being proactive and making a decision as to what it is you really, really want. So if you're in a situation where you're not happy, just be really honest with yourself. And, even if you're not ready to be honest with everybody else around you, the first step is being honest with yourself. Is it really going to get just better magically on its own? Is that something you've noticed in the past? Is your company all of a sudden going to see your value? And I hear these things, right? And like I said, I say this with compassion because I know what that's like. You're hoping that something's going to change, hoping you'll get that raise, hoping you will get that promotion, hoping you'll have this shift, that something will change in your job where you feel that sense of fulfillment. Hoping, right? And hope's a beautiful thing, but hope needs to be backed up with a plan, right? A plan as well. So anyways, those are the 5 tips. Those are the 5 beliefs that I wanted to share that can really hold you back. And again, it's just having an awareness about these beliefs. Just having an awareness. Just be curious. Are these some of the things that you are holding on to and you're believing? Having a mindset shift really is one of the most powerful things you can do. So I just encourage you to be open to some new perspectives and some new ways of doing things. And if you are feeling stuck, even if it's just in your mindset, but if you're feeling stuck in your career, you're at that crossroads where you're really not sure what to do. My website is andreahorvath.com. You can go there. You can actually set up a 30-minute free mini coaching session where we can talk through some of these things. There is a free guide there as well. I will put the links below. There's a guide, how to create a professional life that you love, and different kinds of resources, as well as there's other videos here on YouTube. Anyways, I hope that is something that is helpful for you and helps you move forward, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.